Today we've got the Hoka Clifton Pro versus the Hoka Clifton 11 for a fit and feel test here in the store. I'm going to get right into the on-foot feel and we'll talk stats as we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the Clifton 11 on first. This will be the standard Clifton 11. This is not a big change. For many of you out there who have liked the 10, the 11 is going to be very much in line with what you have liked. So we have the same 42 millimeter stack height, the same 8 millimeter offset, the same EVA foam or blended EVA that runs through the midsole. And I'll tell you, sizing off the bat is pretty much exactly where I want it to be for my size. I usually wear size 12. That's what I have on foot right now. And I've got just the right amount of space, about a half thumb to the front of the shoe. Now, the weight on the Clifton 11 is actually lighter than the Clifton Pro, which I find to be really interesting. Let's stand up and get a squish test on this real quick. All right, so you can see still the same wide base we like from the heel in the Clifton, a decent amount of squish, and again, very much similar to what you expect to see. And then I'm gonna run back to the store real quick, get a just quick sense of how it feels when we're moving. It still has that same kind of prominent arch feel that you feel like kind of cradled in with most Hokas. We'll be right back. All right, and that's pretty much not much change from the 10. Still feels like that good daily trainer where you can put miles on it, but don't expect much like pep or a ton of zip out of the shoe. I'm more interested in the Pro because I haven't gotten to take it out on any runs yet, so I'm excited to see how it feels, even just going back and forth to the back of the store here. All right, so as I said, fit and feel is really nice on the upper here. That's something I think the Clifton has done particularly well. Now, one thing that I've not enjoyed as much is the durability. It's not the worst shoe in the world for durability, but you regularly hear people say like, yeah, I got 200 to 300 miles out of them. And that's what I'm hoping changes. So going from an EVA blend to a supercritical EVA, I think is going to give us a nice update and hopefully a little more durability with this Clifton Pro here. The other thing that I'm hoping to see is a little more zest, a little more pop, where we actually get a little bit of juice out of the shoe. And true to the Clifton 11, the Pro here feels like we've got plenty of room. I, again, would go with my normal true to size sizing here. So size 12 for me in most things. If it's short, I'll have to go up to a 12, but not something that I have to do yet here. All right, so squish here. It doesn't squish, it doesn't marshmallow quite the same way that the Clifton 11 does. It has a decent bit of pop here. It's just not squishy, which could be a good thing. Now, why would not squishy be a good thing? And that's because hopefully that means there's a little bit of response, a little bit of pop. And that's something that, as I said, is missing a little bit in the Clifton 11. It's your daily trainer, but if you want to take it up tempo, it's not that shoe's favorite thing to do. Let's see how this feels as we run to the back real quick, because this is literally my first running step in it. I actually have not felt this at all yet. So I can feel that rocker, the Pro Glide Plus rocker system that they have in here. It feels on the more firm side of things, but that could be a good thing, right? Because if it's a little more firm, it might have a little more pop to it, which is my hope with it. I can't feel that enough in here to get a really good sense of it. Like, I just couldn't get up to speed. I'm not in a normal rhythm. I can feel the rocker. I can't quite tell how much I like this foam yet, but that's why we go and do reviews outside at multiple different paces so we can get a feel for how the shoe does across a range of things. Okay, so Clifton Pro versus Clifton 11, they feel like they're just serving different purposes. Neither is good or bad. It's just certainly different. It feels like they wanted to leave the Clifton alone for folks who want to continue liking the shoe. You know, when you have a shoe update and you're like, what do you do to my shoe? I think they didn't want to do that to the Clifton because it's just such a good model for them. The Clifton Pro feels like oh, hey, we need to get maybe a little bit caught up. And with the weight, I'm a little interested because Clifton Pro at $165 fits an interesting value range. So something like a New Balance 1080 is $5 more. It's an ounce and a half lighter, and it has a supercritical TPEE foam. And like, I don't care what we're calling the foams, but like, I know that this is pretty soft and bouncy and protective. It's very neutral. It's not like the most aggressive poppy shoe in the world, but it has a nice feel to it. And it's lighter, so that's interesting. Or if we go over exact same stack height in the Aeroglide 4, same stack height, and we're using a TPU foam, a beaded supercritical TPU, and this feels really bouncy. It feels like it wants to go do a lot, and again, it's lighter than the Clifton Pro. So the Clifton Pro is gonna have to do something really impressive in my eyes to kind of pull us off of some of the other shoes. Heck, even the Mount Coast C1, I've been loving running in this shoe. It's got a nice soft layer of the circle cell foam up top with a rubberized EVA down below. So again, it's not that the name of the supercritical EVA is like wild to me. This has a standard rubberized EVA. That's not very impressive, but the feel, the geometry, the fit of that shoe overall feels great with that circle cell layer on top, because that's a more responsive, energetic feeling foam. Or at $150 price point, we've got stuff like the Asics Nova Blast. We've got stuff like the Mizuno Wave Rider, where we've got a supercritical foam on top with a rubberized or a standard EVA down below rather. I mean, even the Azura has Power Run PB foam, which is their top end foam running through the whole thing with a very nice rocker geometry. So I'm really intrigued how the Clifton Pro feels in real life when we're getting out and doing the thing it's intended to do, which is run, and particularly, hopefully run at some tempo. So we will see how these do. Clifton 11, still gonna be your standard shoe you love. Clifton Pro, I think the jury is out. I'm excited to see what it does having had it on foot in here. With that said, we'll see you guys in the next video. If you want to get either of these shoes, or you need anything and want to support a local running company, you can use code JSYT10, so like Joe Shariak YT YouTube 10 at checkout for 10% off your order. And we will plan on seeing you guys in the next one. Do something good for your bodies. Bye.